Welcome everyone to yet another Live with Venice program. I am your host, Venice Irving. How are you doing today? It's good to have you here. So, we are here talking to a lovely veteran teacher, an educator in her field, and an entrepreneur who has her own institute. And we're also going to be talking about some vacancies that she has for local teachers today. So, guess what? You are going to subscribe, and share this video to your fellow colleagues and your teacher friends and all the persons that you know so that they can know about these opportunities that we have right here. Keep it locked right here because we always come with the latest opportunities, the greatest vacancies, and the best way to make extra money in your pocket, right? So remember, once you're in, please let us know where you're streaming from. Just write in your comment box what's your name and where you're streaming from, and let us know what you'd like to learn from us today. And if you have any questions, of course, leave it in the comments below. So without much further ado, I will introduce Miss Janelle Alexander-Reid to the stage. Woo, woo, woo.
Hi, good evening. Thank you so much, Venice, for having me, and to your guests. Good evening. Thank you for having me this evening.
Good evening, Janelle. And Janelle, I heard about you from my assistant even before I met you. Do you know that? She wanted to do some courses with you, and she mentioned you long before I met you. Yes, I'm going to drop that tidbit right there. So those who are online, if you know of Janelle and her institute, drop in the comment where you hear about her and what kind of courses you're going to do with her, because we're going to talk about the courses today, and we're also going to be looking at some opportunities. So, Mrs. Reid, the first thing you're going to do is tell us a little bit more about you.
Wow, thank you so much for that question, Venice. Who is Janelle Alexander-Reid? I'd like to say I'm a passionate educator, a firm believer in the Word of God, a child of the Most High, and of course, I'm a lover of people, and I'm a lover of life itself.
All right, fabulous. So you see, people, when you come on board and you support people's dream and vision and passion, listen to me, you're sowing into the Christian walk of faith. Remember that, All right, so we're going to go to the name, J.A.R. Can you tell us what that acronym stands for?
All right, so J.A.R is really Janelle Alexander-Reid. It's actually my name. It's actually my name.
And when I put your post up and on Friday, and I said to the teachers, I'm going to be interviewing Janelle Reid on Sunday. And somebody said to me, what is J.A.R? What does J.A.R stand for? And I wrote to them the same thing. It's the acronym for her name.
Yes, yes.
All right. So why did you start this institute?
Of course, for me, I would have said this on so many occasions, but I cannot ever get tired of sharing my story why I started the institution. I would have been doing a course in events planning some years ago, and I remember meeting this young lady who was young, and for her, doing this course was her only choice, her only option, because I remember her running out of class and she was just in tears. And I was like, why is she crying, And I run out behind her to find out what was happening with her. And then she shared with me that, this was her only hope. She couldn't afford to go to university like many others would have been able to, to pursue a bachelor's in events planning. So she decided to do a short course in events planning. She said to me that, she felt shortchanged. She didn't get to do any practical elements of it, the balloon, the fabric, and all of that, which I was also expecting that too. But then, hearing her side, that it being her only hope, I'm like, wow, how can I know? Because here I am, a trained events planner and a trained educator. How can I now use this opportunity to help many other young ladies like this young lady? And I thought to myself, why not start? Because that's how we started, by doing the events planning and decoration course. And I must say to you that we were the first in Jamaica to actually have a practical part to events planning. So we were the first to do the backdrops, the first to do balloon decor, And I'm just happy that we're able to set a trend for many other persons who now offer this course, that they see the value of adding a practical side, because event planning and decor is indeed a practical area. So that's my story, yes.
So that's yours, and that's why you decided to do it. You
Yeah.
see, guys, with everything that people do, when you see them do business, or when you see them do, go to a job, there's always a why
Mhm.
behind the
Mhm.
story. There's always a
Mhm.
reason for them
Mhm.
to do this. All right, so tell us a little bit more about the institute. I want you to tell us about how many teachers you have, the students you have, and of course, the courses that you offer.
All right, so of course, the Institute of J.A.R, we are a registered institution with the Ministry of Education, which means our curriculum has to be passed by the Ministry of Education. Our teachers have to also be qualified. And one of the things about our teachers, I must say that they have to be really passionate and patient, because for me, whenever a student or a participant that comes to Institute of J.A.R, they must feel as though the facilitator wants to help them. They're supposed to be patient with them. So of course, Institute of J.A.R, we would have trained over thousands of persons in collaboration with Heart Trust NSTA, because we would have partnered with Heart to deliver some of these courses. I'm also a part-time facilitator at Heart Trust NSTA as well. So we have done a lot of collaboration. Over 1,000 persons have been trained under the name, the Institute of J.A.R, in collaboration with Heart Trust NSTA as well. So we just continue to just expand. You know, we started with event
Yes.
planning and decor. There was a need for us to offer other courses. So now we do cake baking and decorating, floral arrangement, makeup artistry, entrepreneurship. So the list continues. And of course, we're looking to add a lot more courses as we continue to expand. Yeah.
All right. Fabulous, guys. Remember, I'm just reminding you that if you have any questions, you can always leave it in the comment box below. All right. So the next question for Janelle is, tell us some of the milestones, because the way we met was very, very particular. So I want you to tell people how we met and some milestones, some awards, some things that your institution has gained over the years. And by the way, when did you start it? What year?
We started in 2018.
Okay, 2018.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
All right, so of course, we would have been so elated to be now a registered institution with the Ministry of Education. That's a big deal, because you have to
Right.
make sure as an institution, you're legit, your certification and your programs are accredited. And for us, that's a big deal that we are registered with the Ministry of Education. We have also secured many partnerships with Hartford NSTA since our existence, and that's also a big thing for us.
Right.
As it relates to our contribution to nation building, we have adopted 3 golden age homes, so one in Ocho,
Wow.
one in Montego Bay, because we were also offering the courses in these locations. And as I said to you, for us, the one there is a children's, there's a basic school that we would have in dialogue to adopt as well. And this came out of one of the participants who did our course, who actually she shared with me, and I'm always touched by these stories. She shared with me that while doing her assignment, she was actually in the middle of giving birth. So after she gave birth, she was
What?
on, I kid you not, when she shared, I was like, what? Because at that time we had to pivot online. So we had persons from Ocho Rios, because initially we were to go into Ocho Rios to do face-to-face, but because of COVID-19, we had to pivot online. So I would have met this young lady just having classes with her virtually. So when I finally had graduation, which graduation is a big thing for us at the Institute of J.A.R, and she was sharing with me, you know, that she actually just gave birth, and then after giving birth, she was on the phone sorting out her assignment, because for her, this has always been a dream of her to
Yeah.
actually be a certified event planner. And I tell you about her graduation too. She was traveling from Ocho Rios to come, because you know with COVID we couldn't do the graduation, but we had to do our photo shoot. And
Mm.
my husband met in an accident that day, and I said to them, boy, I can't make it. And when she said to me, she on the bus, you know, I said, boy, it's hard because
Yes.
St. Anne is down there and Kingston is here. You're on the country bus coming up in the middle of COVID, and you're pretty up and you're ready for this. And I said, boy, I can't disappoint her. So I said to her, all right, I can't. She was with another young lady too from Ocho because we have students all across the island and they were traveling together. And when she came to do the photo shoot, that's when she started sharing with me what she was going through. I did not even know that she was pregnant at all. But just the fact that, she came, even though I wasn't able to present myself, because as I said here, my husband had met in an accident. So we were all dressed up and all of that. That wasn't a part of it. But just her taking her picture in her graduation gown and everything, for her, that meant the world, just to know that she's a certified event planner. And hearing her story, we decided to adopt her basic school, that she would be a teacher there, because we get a lot of teachers as well. So that's how we just say, you know what? Her story has proven to be an inspiration for us, because that's how powerful we know our brand is when people want to be aligned with the Institute of J.A.R. So we're happy for that experience.
All right. And for those who don't know, we met in the ALL program, which is the Academy of Women Entrepreneurs that was sponsored by the U.S. Embassy. So Janelle was also a part of that program, and that's where I met Janelle. All right. So who are you talked about the partners, you talked about the different basic schools and golden age homes that you support and so forth. But now tell me about the vacancies that you have at Institute of J.A.R, because you are expanding. So tell us where you are located now. It's not only in Kingston.
Yeah.
Tell us your locations and tell us about the vacancies that you have to offer.
Awesome. So yes, Venice, we are expanding. So we are now in Maypen, Montego Bay, Portland. Am I missing out? Ocho Rios. So we are looking to expand in that area. We are currently now looking for teachers to join, or in fact, interviews are next month. So if there's any teacher who is online who is interested in teaching events planning, floral arrangement, makeup artistry, cake baking, and you are from Portland or you are from Maypen, Otrius, Montego Bay, definitely we are looking for you. If you're a passionate educator in these areas, we definitely want you to join us at the Institute of J.A.R.
All right. Are these online vacancies, or do they have to be there in the parish?
So they have to be there in the parish because our courses are blended. It's a blended modality. Yeah.
Okay. So for those who are interested, name the parishes again, and I wanted to see if I could write them down quickly on the banner. You said Kingston, Portland,
Maypen, so that's Maypen. So we want to make sure of the area specifically. So it's Maypen that we're looking at. We're looking at Ocho Rios. We're looking at Montego Bay. We're looking at Port Antonio. So those are the areas.
Port Antonio in Portland. I'm just writing it down for those who may want to see. So you're not looking any teachers in Kingston at the moment?
The Kingston, again, what we're looking for makeup artistry, floral arrangement. What if you're in Kingston, what we have a host of is entrepreneurship teachers. So it's always great for us to have a pool of teachers at all times.
All right, fabulous. All right, so there you have it. You have where the locations are, and I'm going to put up the course areas in a second, but let me continue with the questions. All right, so tell us about the roles and responsibilities of each job. So what are they expected to do?
So as an educator, as a facilitator of the Institute of J.A.R, you'll be facilitating classes. Classes are 6-week courses. They are online theory-based classes and face-to-face practical-based classes. So just as in the regular class system, you are the person who's responsible for teaching and learning for these 6 weeks. For our creatives, because we refer to them as creatives, because this is where the facilitator facilitates their journey as creatives.
All right. Are they expected to write lesson plans?
So what we have a course outline. So there's no lesson plan. There is a course outline that facilitators are expected to guide. There's also a facilitators training that each facilitator will have to go through to ensure that they're following the guideline and the teaching principles of the Institute of J.A.R.
All right. So after they're finished and they've done the interview and they're successful, they go through the training session.
Correct.
All right. And they have to do an assessment, or is the assessment already set by J.A.R?
The assessment for the students?
For the students for each course.
Yes, so there is an assessment because again, we are registered with the Ministry of Education, so
Right.
our curriculum has to have an assessment based to it.
All right, great. All right, so let us now talk about the competencies that define a great J.A.R teacher. As you know, the Institute of J.A.R, you are specific with who you want to represent your brand. And the teachers, we want you to perk up your ears now. Listen, you have to make sure that when you are going for a job, or if you're working for someone, that you are exuding these characteristics that your supervisor would like you to have. So take it away, Janelle. Let us know what competencies, what makes J.A.R teachers stand out, and who are you looking for when you are trying to hire people?
Definitely. So let me tell you this, for our facilitators, one, our facilitators are like family. So that's one. So you must be a team player. You must recognize that you are part of a team and that you don't stand alone. You must also be a passionate facilitator. So we don't want anybody who is just teaching for teaching, but you must be passionate about it, because we believe in fueling passions. So if our facilitators are not showing that, then it will also transcend into the teaching and learning experience, which is what we don't want. Right? So our facilitators have to be passionate. They have to be patient. And most importantly, they also have to be competent. They have to be competent, right? Because that's also a requirement of the Ministry of Education. Whoever we are employing, they have to ensure that they are competent to deliver.
All right. Are there any qualifications that you're looking for the teachers to have? Do they need to have a degree, a certification? I mean, what? Do they need experience? Tell us the qualifications.
For us, what we want is that you're competent in the area. So if it is that you have a certification, a diploma, a degree, once it is that you are, because of course you have to go through the interview process. So that will allow us to eliminate anything that we don't see fit with our brand. But definitely I want to say to you that you have to be qualified, you have to be competent. Being a teacher, teacher qualification is definitely always an asset, because it's always good to have teacher training background when you're applying for any job at the Institute of J.A.R as a facilitator.
All right, and I'm busy here just trying to get all the courses up on the screen so that everyone knows what the vacancies are and what area the vacancies are. All right, so we'll have that up in a minute, guys. Hold on a second. Let me just get the questions up again. Okay, so you are looking for specialized teachers. You're looking for teachers that have certification in the area. Now, you talk about J.A.R's teaching principles just now, because you said that each teacher needs to be trained so that they know the principles that J.A.R has and that they follow. So let us talk now about J.A.R's teaching philosophy. What is your teaching philosophy? And you can share a bit about your vision and your mission as, you know, the director of J.A.R.
Definitely for us, we are definitely seeing ourselves as being the number one and definitely the training institution for creatives in the region. So we are not looking at ourselves as being just a local brand, but also a regional brand. So offering our courses internationally as well as regionally. So that's also something that we want our facilitators to be open-minded to deliver courses at a regional level. We believe that creatives are fueled by their passion. So we want to ensure that our creatives are passionate about their skill, and that each individual that walks through the Institute of J.A.R will be certified in a skill that they can use to contribute to nation building.
All right. So, Janelle, where do you see the Institute of J.A.R in the next, say, 5, 10 years?
Definitely being a regional brand, one that when you think about training, skills
Right.
training, the Institute of J.A.R is on the lips of every Jamaican.
All right. So there you have it, guys. Now, if you are a teacher and you are interested in these areas, to teach, reach out to Janelle. I'm gonna put the email soon on the screen.
What I
It
want them to
is.
do, Venice, is to
Mhm.
send their email to jar short courses at
Courses at
gmail.
gmail.com.
Yeah,
I do have it here. I just wanted
great.
to keep the courses up a bit for those
Yeah.
who want to take down the courses, and then I'll have the email up for you guys to
Mhm.
send your resume, send your CV, or if you have questions and you want to ask, you can also use that email to reach out to Janelle. All right, guys. Another thing, if you are a teacher, you want to reach out to Janelle, send your CV, send your resume, fine. But if you are not, and you would like to learn some of these things, we're looking for students too, right? Listen
Yes,
now,
we
we're
are.
growing our brand. So we are
Yes.
all over the island now, Institute of J.A.R. So if you're in Port Antonio, if you're in Ocho Rios, if you're in Mobay, Maypen, or even here in Kingston City, you can always reach out to Janelle and use the same email, and she will just advise you as to where you can go to sign up to be a student. Because I know a lot of people interested in this makeup thing. Because you see my face here, so the little makeup thing not working. Listen, I'm going to take a class or two from Miss Janelle. All right, so let us now change it, and we're putting up the email this time around. So, guys, the email is right there. Janelle, have you confirmed this is your email?
That is correct. So it is jar short courses at gmail.com. So we definitely to ensure that they get their CVs in because interviews will be done next month.
Next month. And another question before we go. When is the start date for these persons? I'm assuming it's January,
Yeah,
correct?
January.
January. So we're looking for teachers to teach blended courses, both
Yeah.
online and face to face, in January. So, teachers, if you don't know nothing about online class, start learning from now. Okay? Start, sharpen up your strategies for the online classes, because
Mhm.
it's not only face to face, but you
Yeah.
also want teachers in the online sphere. Janelle, before you go, I would like you to just leave something with the teachers to inspire teachers. We are going through a rough time with the COVID. And listen, I was telling somebody today that I thought this COVID thing was just going to last 2 months. We are going on 2 years, and we still haven't seen anything that looks like it's going to end anytime soon. So, what can you say? What can you leave with the teachers today to inspire them to continue pushing on?
Apart from them getting a skill and be certified by from the Institute of Jar. All right, apart from being certified, because that's definitely one thing though that I really
Right.
encourage all teachers to do to get certified to learn a skill because in this time definitely we can use the time to learn a skill that will help us to generate additional income. I also want to encourage teachers to learn to adapt with the time. Do not have a fixed mindset, but facilitate a growth mindset because as you rightfully said, that this is now 2 years going for
Yeah.
COVID-19 and
Yes.
it cannot be business as usual. So if you
Cannot.
are not digital, I'm encouraging every teacher to get digital because life as we knew it before COVID will never happen again because COVID has changed the dynamics of a lot of things. So again, teachers get digital, get online, get familiar with the online space because that is where the world is going.
All right, and I would encourage the teachers also learn the skills through Institute of J.A.R and start your YouTube channel. Show people how to do makeup. Yes, show people how to decorate the cake and how to do floral arrangements, and share your skill through the screen, right? Because that's what people doing now, and you can also make a little money on the side by doing that too.
Yes.
So let me just check. The last time I saw Bridget. Hi, Bridget Lawrence Blake. Hi. Hi, Maxine Miller Beach. Hi, everyone. Hi, guys. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for viewing. You can always find the information if you just do the replay. You can always find the information about Institute at J.A.R. And of course, you can always get Janelle at the email that you see here, jarshortcourses@gmail.com. As usual, it is a pleasure joining me today. I'm just glad that you guys came. Thank you, Janelle, for coming and gracing us with your presence and just sharing with us what you're doing to make a change in Jamaica. You are doing a wonderful job.
Let me just say to you, Venice, thanks for having me. And as a part of being here, I want to offer any teacher who is here now 10% discount once you use. This is Happy Teachers. So once you use the discount code Happy Teachers, then you will receive a 10% discount because we're on a campaign to end the year strong. So our last intake for all our courses will be November. In November, that's the last intake. And of course, if you are online now, all you have to do, if you're ready to do the course, 10% discount, hashtag Happy Teachers. Let's end the year strong, certified. And
there you go. Listen to me. I come all the time bearing gifts. I always come bearing gifts, guys. So this is a gift from Janelle to you. 10% discount if you use hashtag Happy Teachers. Just
that's my Christmas gift.
Christmas gift. Now, Janelle, before you go, is there a number in case they want to call and ask? Do you have a number for them?
Sure. So it's 876-533-0104. 876-533-0104.
All right. So I'm putting up the number here, guys, for you to look and see and if you want to make a call, you can call Janelle whenever you're ready. All right, guys. So we are finished for this evening. Thank you again, Janelle, for coming. And thank you to everyone who has viewed and who will, of course, support Janelle. Listen, this is teachers supporting teachers. We need to start supporting each other. Full stop. So let us support Janelle as she goes and changes Jamaica, one student at a time, with Institute of J.A.R. We thank you guys for viewing. Thank you for hearing and for always supporting Happy Teachers. And join me next week for another lovely guest speaker that I'll have, and that I'll share some information with you, opportunities and ways in which you can earn a little money. So take care, guys, and bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.